Welcome back to the action at the Perfect 2016 World Team Table Tennis Championships, and what a match we have up for you here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It's the quarter-final between Portugal and the Korean Republic. There we see the Portuguese team, currently ranked at 5, seeded at 5, and 2 years ago in Tokyo, finished in 5th position. Their lineup: Monteiro, Freitas and Apollonia. In the last 16, they beat the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and now they have the Korea Republic in the quarters. And there we see the Korea Republic team, ranked number 4 in the world, seeded in 4th position. And there's their lineup: LEE Sangsu, Jo Si-hook and Young-Sik. As always, this quarter-final will be the best of 5 matches. Each match the best of 5 games. We're kicking off some 45 minutes late after an epic battle in the women's team event, which saw Chinese Taipei beating Hong Kong by the narrowest of margins. But there's the lineup: Monteiro, first game on against LEE Sangsu. There he is, taking his time. Words of advice from Goh Ping Kong, the Portuguese coach. Monteiro, 32 years of age, the senior pro in the Portuguese team, currently ranked at 45. He's played in 15 World Table Tennis Championships. There's his opponent, LEE Sangsu, 25 years of age, currently ranked at 19. And the Korean coach settling into his seat, former international player himself, Lee Chul-seung. I suspect he's going to be sat there for some time, because I expect this to be an epic match. Sat next to me, Jill Parker. My name is Don Parker. I know Jill's been having a look at the form of these two players. So LEE Sangsu first. Jill, how's he done so far in the competition?
He's won 5 and lost 2.
So he's obviously played a significant role in the team. And
Monteiro has won 4 and lost 2.
So it appears that both players in similar form. As you can see there, confirmation of what I said earlier: 32, ranked 45 in the world. Left-hander, quite a few left-handers knocking around at the moment. And quite clearly plays an attacking style. He won a gold medal in the European Championships in men's doubles in 2015. At the World Championships last year in Suzhou, he lost 4-3 to Boll in the last 16. And then the ITTF new event, the European Top 16, which took place earlier this year, he made the final, losing to Ovtcharov. LEE Sangsu, 2 Pro Tours to his title, and he's making his debut in the World Team Table Tennis Championships. Jill and I were actually both together in 2011 in Władysławowo, which is in Poland, where LEE Sangsu won his first Pro Tour title. And his silver medal at the World Championships was won in 2013 when he was runner-up in the mixed doubles. So the umpire's calling the players to attention. Both players having made significant contributions to getting their teams through to this stage. Although again, Jill, I do believe, looking at the form book, Portugal did have a few losses in their group. I think they came through in 3rd position, but I think they had 2 losses at the group stage.
Yes, they lost to Poland.
Korea versus Portugal, first game.
And they lost to Japan.
Level.
England managed to beat Poland in an epic battle yesterday, so they're through to tonight's quarter-final. And we'll see Japan in action on this table immediately after this quarter-final.
Let 1 lock. Lock 2.
Good start by LEE Sangsu. Montero there, just throwing the ball up. A little bit of concern from the players that the air condition at times can get hold of the ball and just cause it to move a little bit in the air. But a good start by Lee.
Let Portugal. You have to stop. Stop, don't go. Stop. Lock 3. You have to stop, you run. Stop.
He wants to
Lock
see
3.
the ball steady on the hands. I'm not really sure what he means there, and I don't think Montero was too clear either.
4 lock.
You have to stop the ball on your hand, was the instruction from the umpire.
Let.
And now the assistant umpire is asking LEE
4
Sangsu to make
lock.
sure he throws the ball upwards and not backwards. I understood that situation. Top
4
edge of the racket by
1.
Lee there, launched himself into the topspin, mistimed it. Ball flying off the end of the table. As you mentioned, Jill, Portugal losing to Japan, losing to Poland.
Let.
Probably Poland you wouldn't
4
have expected,
1.
but the Polish boys have played quite superbly here. I wouldn't say they struggled to get through, but they only got through in third spot, did Portugal. But then in the previous round, wow, they produced some fantastic form to beat Democratic People's Republic of Korea 3-0. So they saved the knockout stage to produce their best form, which is arguably what it's all about. But now the umpire calling fault on the service.
I think his service action, he doesn't actually hold the ball steady before he throws it up. It's all sort of one action. But obviously he's been doing the same service all the way through the tournament, so no wonder he's feeling a little bit frustrated.
Good spin from LEE Sangsu. It was interesting there that Montero was having a word with the umpire about the Lee serve. I think he's having a bit of sympathy with his opponent there, that we need consistency. The umpires have a tough job. They have to make sure it's a level playing field, that nobody gains an unfair advantage from the service. Shielding the ball with a free arm is one tactic. Throwing the ball backwards can be another tactic, and certainly all the players would unanimously agree that the umpires should be clamping down on any situation where it's an unfair
6
advantage to the server. So well done to the umpires. Not an easy job, and they're doing an excellent job in this event. That's a great short push from LEE Sangsu, touching the ball back tight over the net. Good touch. He has the ability to play delicate shots and then explode with power. You can see there, second bounce on the white line.
That ball there, you know, slightly long on that push shot, and Lee was in with a fantastic fast topspin. Can't afford to any loose balls, because either player will want to get in with the first ball.
8-4.
players using the towel. They're entitled to do so every 6 points. Back in your playing days, Jill, you could use the towel every point. Try and put your opponent off, and I do think it's a good rule change now. Every 6 points. It's better for the crowd, better for the players.
Yeah, there's more continuity, whereas many years ago, as you say, toweling so often, it's not good for spectators, and we want the game to flow more. But again, I played when it was 21, so slightly different. So the games went on even longer.
10.
So, the gentleman on the screen, 6 match points. What a good start by LEE Sangsu. And he takes the first
11
game.
for
11 points
game
to 4.
LEE.
A convincing victory for Korea Republic's LEE Sangsu. Don't go far, we'll be back soon.
그러면 떠오는 거는 아니면 길게 나올 가능성이 많고, 그리고 디펜스 하나는 상당히 굉장히 좋지는 않아. 아까 이야기했지만 네가 선제적으로 간다 그러면 어떻게 가고 정리를 하는
Thank you.
그럼 결국도 그런 길게 있습니다.
당연히 저항이 좀 세진다고 그거 그냥 이겨내야 된다고
Players now back at the table. Game 2 just about to start. Monteiro will be looking to make a stronger start than he did in the first game.
Second game.
And LEE
Monteiro to
Sangsu, on
serve.
the other hand, will be
Level.
looking to repeat his performance. So it's
Let
Monteiro to serve first.
level. Love all. Please. Love 1.
Strong topspin from LEE Sangsu. Of course, when he plays on the diagonal, he's playing into the backhand of the left-handed Monteiro.
1-0.
Oh, that is a great shot.
2-1.
Took the ball early with the backhand, straight off the bounce.
That was a good receive. It was a long service and Monteiro got in, but Lee hit it straight off the bounce.
Monteiro there coming across the table. It was short to his forehand, but he came across to return with his backhand. Let's have a look at that. So they can get the wrist in and get the side spin and the top spin. A new development in the game, I would say. It's come on enormously over the last 5 years. If you go back 20 years, you got told off if you came across the table to return with your backhand.
3.
But again, it's this thinking outside the box, working things out that give you an advantage. And that's what creative coaching, creative players do. They look for advantages, look for new techniques, look to develop new skills. 3-2, LEE Sangsu in the lead.
4-2.
Good backhand down the line. Would you say also, Jill, if you look back 20 years now, the players are taking the ball a lot earlier off the bounce?
Oh, very much so. And on both wings as well. And hitting the ball a lot harder, but definitely taking the ball off the bounce.
Excellent return to serve there from Monteiro. He read the length well, he knew it was coming slightly long, pounced on the opportunity to get in with his topspin. There he is, highly focused. He'll be disappointed there. It's quick,
3,
quick check of
5.
his racket. Bread and butter topspin really by his incredibly high standard. Plays the backhand well. And that forehand topspin catches the top of the net. Pings it off the end of the table. Lee Sangsu now leading 5-3. Brave serve.
4, 5.
Relying on the surprise element, and that's exactly what he did. Lee Sangsu taken off balance, made the error.
4,
5.
6, 4.
I'm not sure about this. I really am not sure. I can understand shielding the ball. I can understand throwing the ball backwards, but I'm not sure what advantage. His free arm is clearly out the way, clearly threw the ball upwards. He's taken it extremely well. It's a credit to his professionalism. But I'm really not sure why that was a foul
6,
serve.
5.
But then again, I'm not a qualified umpire. Good fortune there for Monteiro. The score's level. 6 points each. Well, he just made it. Thick net cord. It could have gone either side. Fortunately for Monteiro, it dropped over onto Lee Sangsu's side. 6 points apiece.
There's good placement
7,
there.
6.
Forehand down the line.
Quite clearly there, the Korean bench were wondering what's Monteiro's been doing
7,
wrong.
Oh.
Yes, because he must be thinking every time he goes to serve, you know, it's not just an automatic thing to do. He's thinking, oh, well, what am I doing wrong? And you can be a little bit tentative then, so service could go long.
In behind the serve with the rocket forehand topspin. It was a good serve, it was tight. And then he did just what the doctor ordered. He came in with a strong forehand topspin. And Lee now with a 1-point lead as we move towards the business end of this second game. Again, coming across the forehand side to return with his backhand. What a backhand return it was. Well done, Monteiro. What a team this Portuguese team are. One of our co-commentators, Johnny Cowan, played for Ireland, and he was telling me not that long ago, certainly within the last 20 years, he played against Portugal for 49th and 50th place at the World Championships, and now Portugal, one of the best teams in the world, and the European champions as well. So well done to the Portuguese Table Tennis Association. They've created a structure that's produced the best team in Europe, and indeed some of the finest players.
But it was good because they had this group of 3 that came through together and were able to work with each other and bring each other along. So I'm sure they've got another group of youngsters coming through to follow in their footsteps.
9 points each. Lee with the advantage of serve at the end of this game. Oh, and he put a little bit of extra backspin on it. Monteiro came across, again taking it with the backhand, but he pushed it into the net. Didn't quite read the backspin. Again, just a quick look at his bat. Always a danger that a little bit of perspiration, sweat can drop off. And of course, completely messes up the bat.
10,
Ball just
9.
skids off. Game point, Lee Sangsu. Oh, he blocked it well, did
10,
Monteiro.
all.
Held his nerve. Excellent control. What a return. I think LEE Sangsu was surprised it came back. Makes an error on the follow-up topspin. Now, alternate serving. First player to make 2 clear points.
Let 10, all.
That was a great rally there. You can see Monteiro come round with his forehand, and then he pinned one right down on the parallel. Great power there, great placement.
I think he saw LEE Sangsu edging around to play his forehand from the backhand side, so he exploited the area wide to the forehand really well, as you say, Jill. But
11,
he's not able to capitalise and take the game point. And we are back to all square, 11 points each. Big game, this one, for both players. Monteiro, of course, at 2 games to 0 down. He's struggling. He's got to win 3 back-to-back. Not easy against the world's number 19.
Yeah! 11, 12.
Good service. Good. Not a bad return, but an excellent forehand from Monteiro. Second game point for Portugal. There it is, a long push into the backhand. LEE Sangsu topspins off the end of the table. And it is the second game for Portugal. 13 points to 11. 1 game apiece. We'll be back soon.
일자리가 있는 셔틀 때 눌리신단 말이야. 약간 좀 사가지고 노코스는 돌고 오고 친구로 바꿔서 무슨 말인지 알지? 그런 거좀 생각해. 지금 이제 7세트보다는 한 점이 더 가면 된다고 생각하니까 조금 더 다음 준비.
And we're back for the third game. Both players now back ready to start.
It's interesting on the stats of both the teams that Portugal have only played 3 of their players in all their matches, whereas Korea Republic have used 5.
It's interesting when you think that they've got Geraldo, the 20-year-old, sat on the bench, Portugal. He's ranked 81 in the world. He's a top 100 player. But I think from the Portuguese coaching point of view, the selector, every game's tough here. And of course, he's got 3 players all in the top 50. Freitas at 11, Apollonia at 26, and Monteiro at 45. I think Monteiro's better than 45, and he's demonstrating that now against the number 19 in the world. So he's had to stick with the 3 to give the team a chance, and of course the team have produced their best form when it counts so far, i.e. once it gets to the knockout stage. That's when you need to produce your best form. In the groups, you can have a hiccup and still get through. But knockout, 1 hiccup and you're out of the tournament.
2-0.
So what do you think, Jill? Would you have been tempted to give the 20-year-old Geraldo a game, or would you stick with your best three?
I think if I'd always try and play my best three players, unless there was a problem with a slight injury or someone was tired, but I think I would always play my best one wherever possible.
Oh, well played. Monteiro. Topspin on the diagonal, then one straight down the line. Lee Sangsu not sure where the ball's going. He has to play a backhand from the backhand side. You could see there on the replay, he's stepping round his backhand to play his forehand. Monteiro straight down the line, out wide to the forehand. And Lee Sangsu already committed to going round the backhand side.
Let 3-0.
Maybe that ball was a fraction too low to go for a fast topspin. Might have been better just going for a little bit more spin. See how low the ball is when he makes contact. Such a small margin for error when you hit the ball from beneath the table and you go for speed.
Let 3-4. Five, 3.
Lee Sangsu, clenched fist, punch in the air. Delighted to take that point. He leads 5-3. He's now got his 2 serves to come. I'm sure we're going to see Lee Sangsu trying to get in with his forehand topspin, maybe the short serve and then in.
5-3.
Got to be careful, because if the short serve drifts long, Monteiro will be in with his forehand topspin.
Touch play there. Receive serve, trying to keep it short, and touch, trying to stop the opponent to get in. It just went a little bit long there with Monteiro.
Four, 6.
Good return from Monteiro there, going long, deep into the backhand with heavy backspin. The long fast push pays dividends. 1 point apiece off that sequence from Lee Sangsu, and it's now Monteiro with his 2 serves. A well-placed topspin on the third ball there from Monteiro, placed it into the body of Lee Sangsu, and that's setting up to win the point.
Long service there, made it easy for Lee to get in. With a spinny forehand, and Monteiro making the error.
I don't speak Portuguese, but I saw the word service there, and he knows that that serve drifted long. And he stepped round his backhand as well, but he almost managed to recover. Lee Sangsu didn't get a good angle there. He played more to the middle, which gave Monteiro a chance, but he wasn't able to take that chance. And now Lee Sangsu just sneaking away a little bit. 3-point lead, 8-5.
Five, 9.
The flick didn't quite get the racket over the ball. Monteiro, let's have a look at that again. little bit more topspin on the ball than perhaps he thought. Needed to just angle the racket a little bit more acutely over the ball. Oh, good touch play there
6-9.
by the Portuguese player. Table tennis is a game that needs the fine touch skills, the delicate skills, and then to be able to explode with power. And that's what the great players have, the touch and the power.
10-6.
He'll be disappointed there, Monteiro. He had a chance, came slightly long. This is the one he had a chance on, I felt, but he just overhits the ball. Not easy, but he is a top-class player.
Let 10-6.
Lee Sangsu, 4 game points to take a 2-1 lead.
Let 10-6.
Good tight return
10-7.
from Monteiro.
You've got to have such skill, haven't you, when there's spin on the service like that to try and touch it just over the net. It looks so easy when you're seeing it on a TV screen because you can't see the spin of the ball. But to actually play against someone who spins service or
8,
side spin,
10.
to touch it short over, it takes a skillful player to do that.
So 2 game points saved by the gentleman there, toweling down. But the gentleman there has 2 more. 10-8, Lee Sangsu leads. But now it's the Monteiro serve. Oh, and the flick from Monteiro.
11-8.
He's off the end of the table, and you can
Game
see the delight
to lead.
of Lee Sangsu as he takes the 3rd game, 11-8. Don't go far.
내가 서비스를 넣잖아. 그러면은 내 식으로 예를 들어 이거하는 게 아니고 들어갔을 때는 떠들어가. 그리고 좀더 상대 드라이브 도는 거 디펜스하고 나서 막 드라이브 자신감 연결에 자신감 더 가지면은 조금 사고니까 좀 편해져. 그리고 예를 들어서 만약 서비스 넣어가지고 이때 기다리다가 약간 이렇게 그렇게 하잖아.
Faz para ver só.
미드 쪽에 가서 조금만 변화를 줘봐. 어? 흘러나오는 거는 이렇게 걸리지 마. 무조건 누크성으로 네가 확실히 잡아서 올려주고 몸 들어가면서는 가만히 그때 채주라고. 디펜스 연대 지금 하나 더 자신감 가져. 괜찮아. 잘하고 있어.
The umpires call time, and the players respond accordingly, coming out to the table. Lee Sangsu just wiping any sweat off the table. And Monteiro waiting to start the game with his serves.
4th game. Monteiro to serve. Level. Let. Love. Oh.
Well spotted by the umpires, a let service.
Love. 1.
High toss serve. Ball comes down a little bit quicker because of the height at which it's been. Means the player can impart a little bit more spin if they wish to, but it's a little bit hard to control. But again, there we go with the high throw up, high toss. But it's not worked.
Love.
And Monteiro now 2 points adrift at the beginning of the 4th game. He has to win the next 2 games. But it's Lee Sangsu now with his 2 serves to come. top spin.
1.
Monteiro comes out on top. Again, great topspin from Monteiro, 2 points apiece, all 4 points going against the service.
Lee served 2 long ones there, making it easy for Monteiro to get in. It's unusual, they normally keep it a little bit tighter than that.
So important, don't you feel, Jill, that getting in with that first strong topspin, particularly in the men's game, is so important.
Yes, it is, and they're both playing the same tactics. Got to keep it tight on service, occasionally a long one just to break it up. And then follow up with the third ball wherever possible. But if the service is half long, then you've got to be looking to try and get in.
It was interesting as you were talking there, Jill. Monteiro served and the second bounce was over the sideline. And Lee Sangsu was able to step round, spin the ball because it was over the line, albeit the sideline. And then he took the initiative. So 6 points, all going against the serve. That's the first point that's been run with service. And it was the heavy backspin from Lee Sangsu.
Timeout.
Monteiro pushing the ball into the net. Timeout called by the Portuguese coach, Joao Ping. I think it was a good call, Joel. I think this match is drifting away. Monteiro on screen there. He's 2-1 down, but he's also 5-2 down. I think that was a good call. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think he needs to regroup with the coach, discuss the tactics again, try and get back in the groove, try and get in with his forehand where possible. Saying it is a lot easier than doing it.
So each player entitled to 1 timeout per match. Portugal have now used their timeout. There was no such thing in your playing career in the 70s, 80s, Jill, European champion, etc. But no timeouts. Do you think that's a good addition to the modern game?
I think so, because I think it's a talking point
5
as well, with
2.
the games being shorter as well, up to 11 instead of 21. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's good for the crowd. I think it's good for TV because you know we're actually talking about it, and it's good for the players.
3-5.
It's certainly interesting watching the coaches and the plan when they actually make the timeout, when they call the timeout. I do think there's been some great timeout calls here.
4-5.
When immediately afterwards the game has just changed completely, and another player's picked up the momentum and won 4 or 5 points on the run. It's a good example.
5-0.
Portugal call timeout. Monteiro's 2-3 points adrift. He comes back to the table. He wins the first 3 points. So excellent timeout by the Portuguese bench. And it's now Lee Sangsu with his serves.
Let 5-0.
Heavy backspin again. He's made a couple of errors on that, has Monteiro. Just pushing the heavy backspin into the net. You can see the frustration with his arms there. What am I doing? I think he's saying to himself. And there he is, wonderful play from
6-0.
the Portuguese players. The counter top spin. Worth pointing out, Monteiro made the quarter-final of the European Championships 2008 and 2012.
That long serve there. My Monteiro. Able his opponent to get in.
That was right in the corner. Monteiro standing over to the backhand side, hoping the ball would come on the diagonal. Lee Sangsu gets down the line, out wide to the Monteiro forehand. What a rally! The ball was going round the side of the net, I think. I didn't think it went over it there on one particular shot. Let's have a look at that again. I'm not sure that one went over. I'm certain that one didn't go over the net. And then it was a sort of a chop come, I'm not sure what you call this shot, Jill. What do you call this? Watch it, here it comes, here it comes. What on earth is that? That is improvisation at the highest level. Well done, Monteiro. 7 points apiece.
Or perhaps it was a defensive shot with no spin on. Float.
It certainly lifted Monteiro. 8-7 in the lead. The second Lee Sangsu serve coming up. Lee Sangsu going for the counter topspin. I always feel that shot's more difficult to play when your opponent takes the pace off the ball. He spins this up there, does Monteiro, and then I just find that particular shot is harder when the ball hasn't got pace on it and it's got spin on it, as opposed to pace with a little bit of spin.
But it was a very low trajectory, wasn't it? So that makes it even more difficult to play that stroke.
Good touch skills there from both players. Lee Sangsu did well. He returned the net cord. Not only did he return it, but he kept it tight. So 9-8. Portugal in the lead. Big point coming up because Lee Sangsu will have the serves at the end of this fourth game. So this is a massive point for Monteiro. But that was a good punch down the line. He blocked that hard. And now, put you on the spot, Jill. 9-all. You've got the service. You're Lee Sangsu. What are you going to do with the serve? Are we going to see a long, fast one or two short ones?
I don't know. He seems to be making points when he's done the heavy backspin. So
you're right, Monteiro has pushed a couple of those into the net. So here we go, 9 points apiece. Monteiro in with the first flick come topspin out wide to the Lee Sangsu forehand. And it's game point to Portugal. Well done, Monteiro, read the spin well, good return. Oh, but again, it was a short serve. You were right, Jill. Two short serves. That time, though, a little bit of topspin on the ball. Pushes it off the end. Alternate serving now. First player to win 2 clear points. Monteiro to serve first.
Let
service.
Oh.
Monteiro taking his time. Remember, this is a must-win game. He needs to win this game and the next. Lee Sangsu just needs one of the next 2.
11-10.
Held his nerve well there with that block. Didn't just put his bat in the way. Let's watch this again. He actually punches a little bit. I think he's happy, don't you? Match point, Lee Sangsu. And he's done it at full stretch. Throws the ball up. Monteiro blocks into the net. Lee Sangsu wins by 3 games to 1. Don't go far. We'll be back with the second match.